You walk around acting like high value men should come finding you. Why would a high value man want you? Because they exist in Tucson and Phoenix like a mother. Scottsdale, full of high value men. Why do you say you deserve one?
Are you asking
Yeah,
me?
why do you say you deserve one?
Oh, because I have all three F's, because I have no children,
And
because
okay, let me give you something else, ma'am. Just because you have so does every other woman looking for a high value. So do most women looking for a high value man.
because I make money, so
Who
why
gives
would
it?
I
High value
not
men
seek
don't care about your
somebody?
high value men don't care
Right, I
about your money.
know.
See,
I know, that's what I'm
all
saying. Why
right,
would I
all right.
seek
High value
somebody
men
who
don't care about
doesn't
your
make more
money,
than me?
ma'am. Ma'am. I mean, let me back it down. High value men don't care about your money. You have
I
overvalued
know.
yourself based upon your academic experience, your European experience, but the net of it, high value men don't approach you for marriage. There's a reason, ma'am. Can you accept it? The best you have been is a side chick, a mistress. Can you accept that is the reality of what you are on the market and then act accordingly? Because I would assume that there are probably many men on your level that you think you're better than.
On my level that I think I'm better
Yes,
than.
because we don't take your money into consideration. We just look at your looks. Your looks. Yes, I'm looking at you here, and you're not an unattractive woman, but you're not, an eight. But a guy in your range might be a own his own truck and drive a truck, or maybe a plumber, HVAC technician. He may be working, he may be a blue collar guy as a plumber earning $90,000 or 80,000, 75 to $80,000 a year. But you want a man doing what?
Well, this is the thing. I don't have an issue
Oh,
dating high
Delta Sigma
value
Theta.
men.
I should have known. I'm just joking. Go ahead.
So can
Go ahead.
you
I'm
want to
just
tell the
joking. I'm
chat
just
room that I
joking.
actually
I'm Sugar
graduated
P. Don't get
college?
mad at me. I'm just joking. But seriously, I'm trying to help you. What I'm trying to really help you is,
Yeah.
sadly, so many of our young sisters overshoot their market. You really are overshooting your market. When you're taking into consideration things that you think should matter to men and the things that matter to the kind of men. Do you want to have any children? How
Yes.
many?
Two.
Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant?
No.
And do you want to live in Phoenix or would you like to live somewhere else?
Somewhere else.
What, like where?
Like DC.
DC. So a man to
Yes.
be able to afford to take care of a wife and two kids in DC is going to need to make what for the kind of lifestyle you're accustomed to or want to live?
300.
Shit, not in DC, baby. Not in DC. Keep going.
A million.
See, the thing is, I'm asking you, and you don't even know. See, the point I'm getting to, ladies, is you just say, I want these things like men are genies, and you just rub a vase and this shit pops out. You don't know how much a man needs to make. But here's the thing. What's the cost of living in DC?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. But you think a person should, huh, whew,
No, this is what I think.
uh-huh.
This is
Yeah.
this is my whole
Right.
bottom line.
Right.
The bottom line is if I have put a certain amount of effort
Into what?
to into my fitness, into my looks,
And that's in your body. Okay,
into
that's
my
your body.
emotional
Okay.
health,
You are fit.
into
Okay, listen, ma'am. You're fit. How tall are you?
5'2",
Dress size.
2.
You're fit. What gym do you work at? Do you work out at the gym or do you work out at home?
Since Arizona's closed down, I work at home
But
or work out at home,
if
but
you've
usually I
ever
work out at a
right,
gym.
but if you're at a gym, there are plenty of 5'2" women there who are fit. Some are as fit, some are more fit than you.
Right. I
Okay,
was with
listen,
Sun though.
listen. So that does that mean that that's enough? Fit women at 5'2", that's just the entry.
Hmm.
You, what high value men have you ever been around that you? Okay, what history do you have of cooperating or serving a high value man? There you go. You know nothing about high value men. So you think a man should buy you and you don't even fit him. You don't even know how much a man in DC, a guy's gonna have to make close to $500,000 a
Okay.
year. I gotta move on to the next call. You don't know, and I'm just trying to help you. Look, lady,
You didn't let me speak
because I
though.
don't
But
need to
it's
hear what
okay.
a
I understand.
24-year-old
I
woman who
understand.
doesn't know what
I
she's
understand.
talking about thinks.
I understand. But you didn't let me expound on my position.
There's no need to let you expound on your position. Finished. You're average looking. You know, she's cute. I'm not gonna say she's average. She's cute. She's cute and she's fit. But that's it. It's that I graduated and I went to Italy, so I think I should have a man making $500,000, and so I don't have to work in DC. No, it takes more than that. Hello,
Hello, Kevin. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. My name is Crystal. I am a new sub, and I am calling from the Bahamas. The guys they suggested I
The
call in, and
Bahamas?
yes, I live in Nassau.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wanted to
Hold on, just a
bring.
second, Crystal. Just a second, ma'am. For the previous caller, um, housing is 240% more expensive in DC. So if you made $1 in Dallas or Phoenix, you'd have to make $2.40 to translate that to DC. So a man making 250, 300 because you're a civil engineer in Dallas or Phoenix would have to make a half a million or more. Are you a $500,000 or more chick? And she thinks she is, but nope. Go ahead. You're in the Bahamas. Is this your
Yes,
picture?
yes, it is.
And what did I get wrong
So
about the subject?
I think you got everything right. I just wanted to add to what you said, basically from my standpoint and what I have to offer. Um, because your question is, what are women willing to do? So the first thing I feel like a lot of women need to do is to be able to pray for a high value man.
You say pray,
Like, yeah, pray
pray,
because
like pray or
no,
praise.
Pray
Okay.
because a lot of times we try to go for things or strive for things that may not be in God's plan for us.
How old
But
are
at
you? How old are?
I'm 36.
Am I on
I'm
speak? Am I on
36.
speakerphone?
Yeah, because I am using my cell phone to Zoom.
Okay, but you can take me off speakerphone because there's a delay.
Oh, okay. How do I do this?
Just set it off of. Just put it on iPhone instead of speaker. You're 37. She muted herself accidentally. You need to unmute yourself. Hello.
I am so sorry.
That's okay. You're
Kevin, I don't know how to do
all
this.
right.
I'm
All right.
working it
Well,
from my
here's.
cell phone,
Oh,
so
okay. What
it
kind of
doesn't
phone do
allow
you
me to
have?
like
What kind
place
of
my
have? You
head.
can't hear me. What kind of phone do you
Okay,
have?
now I can hear
What
you.
kind of phone do you have?
Okay, can you hear me now?
What kind of phone do you have?
I am using a Samsung.
All right. There should be a speaker in the left corner that says you tap it once and it should allow you to go to speaker or just whatever the phone you have. Because the problem we have is when I start talking, you can't hear me when you start talking.
Okay, so I just tapped the speaker and it doesn't have you on speaker anymore.
It still does, but we'll keep moving. You're 37.
36.
Any children?
Yeah, so
Any children?
yes, I do. Actually, I do. I
Oh,
have two
stop,
kids.
stop, stop. Have you been married?
Yes, widowed.
Was your husband a high value man?
Not financially.
Then he was not a high value man. It's not a state.
No.
Okay, ma'am. So what do you, and the reason I'm asking because how what ages are your children?
20 and 15.
20 and 15. When I
Mm-hmm.
hear black women calling in talking about you need to pray for a man, no. And I'm a Christian. Been one since
Mm-hmm.
5 years old. Marriage is a natural choice. God has nothing to do with who you select or who selects you. That is one of the worst things. We keep telling black women to pray for a man. If you watch my channel on Christian, I have a video on Christian feminism. It's one of my most watched videos. We have too many black women sitting in a passive position waiting on the Lord to deliver them Boaz. No, ma'am.
Okay, got you. So that was one, and the reason why I said that is not from dealing like staying in a passive point. It's basically praying for the right type of individual to come into your
Why
life
don't you
because
let
as
me
a
just stop you right
Christian,
there? Why don't you
mhm,
instead of saying that, why don't you is it your position to lead or is it a man's position to lead?
it's his position to
So if
lead.
you're having a Christian man telling you who actually, ma'am, you're wrong. And you're still trying to say it like it's right. Like, well, that's your opinion, Kevin. It's not my opinion. There's nothing in the Bible that said God is going to direct you to a spouse.
Can I say something, please? I know that it's not
Then I
because
need, no, you
it's
cannot. No, I will not allow you on my platform to say something that I know is scripturally, theologically incorrect. I will not allow it.
no,
I
it's
will.
not regarding that, Kevin. It's
Then
not
what is it
regarding that.
regarding,
I
ma'am? Because we're only talking. Is it something in the chat
well,
room?
I'm just looking.
I
Yes.
don't want to hear the chat room, ma'am. I want to talk to you.
I was
Okay, ma'am.
16
I
when I
don't.
had
So
my
okay, you.
daughter.
This is bullshit. Look, lady, I am
I
trying
was
to be
raised at
nice. I'm trying to
15.
be.
So to
Oh,
hold
she
me
is. She's out of it. Look, I'm trying to be nice to you, but I've already told her what the problem is going to be. Ladies, when you call into my show, I don't care about the chat room. I'm running this show, and there are 4,400 people watching, and I'm not looking in the chat room. Stop worrying about what people in the chat room are saying and have a conversation with me. But again, you get women who are on in no man's land. That's the other side of danger zone. You get women on the other side of danger zone. That's no man's land. And I cannot allow you to talk about this. God's going to send you and pray for him to send you the right person. You that's not what the God is not Santa Claus. Now, I'll ask you to unmute yourself if you're willing to have the conversation with me and not worry about what's going on in the chat room. Can you do that?
Okay. Yes.
What I see. I tried to avoid this. That's why I told you to get off speaker because when I started talking, you could not hear me. Then you're in the chat room. Talk to me
Okay.
about what you have to. And as a woman who does, the reason I'm also pushing back is you say your husband was not high value financially.
Yes.
Then
Hmm.
what do you have to give on the subject?
Well, I'm basically when it comes to what I'm capable of giving, I that's one you already disqualified that. Another aspect is being supportive of him, his dreams, his goals, his needs.
Okay.
Another one would
But you
be
have to,
willing to
but
please
here's,
him.
you have to, but before you can do all that, ma'am, is you have to be found. How tall are you?
I'm 5 feet 5,
And what dress size do you wear?
between 2 and 4, depending on the brand.
Okay. And how much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
120.
Okay. But you have a 20-year-old and a 15-year-old and you're in the Bahamas.
Yes.
At 36 years old, you're closer to 40 than you are closer to 30.
Yes.
I have to ask you a practical question.
Yes, that's fine.
Why do you need a high value man?
I need a high value man because in the past, me considering my contributions in relationships, I gave a lot and I am
Let me
deserving of
stop. Let me
high.
stop. No, 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 no,
Mhm,
no. In your past relationship has nothing to do with
mhm.
the next man. That's like asking another man to pay for another man's bill. And you say you're deserving because of what?
Because, okay, I made choices in the past. I don't want to bring up my past, but I made choices in the past to date people that were not high value. And in doing so, sometimes you understand your worth more when you deal with somebody who is not of your value. So you know what you're not going to tolerate anymore in life or a relationship. And it gives you an understanding of what you are most compatible with. So
Hadouken!
I'm
All right,
saying that
ma'am.
based on that.
Again, basically, another woman who thinks she's entitled to, deserves a high value man because of mistakes you made with other men. But what you have not said is
The
what, oh, listen,
unforgiveness.
I
Mm-hmm.
let you speak.
Okay.
Do you personally know any high value men that are interested in you romantically,
Yes, I
that
do.
are interested in you for a wife?
Yes, I do.
Are you actively engaged with these men?
I am talking to them. Yes.
How long have you, is this more than one man?
Yes, two.
Two men. How long have you known each man?
One, I've known him for about a year.
And the
The other,
and the
the
other,
other 6 months.
and you've known them for a year and 6 months. Have you guys
Mm-hmm.
gone, have you guys dated?
Well, I was grieving after I met them. The guy who I was last dating, he passed away last year.
So your husband passed away and a guy you dated passed away?
Yes.
And you have two men, one a year and one 6 months, and you say they're both interested in you in marriage, but you're not dating?
No.
Then, then, ma'am, how can you say they're interested in you in marriage?
Because like
No, not
we've
because,
been
ma'am. So
out
what did they? No, no,
before.
no, ma'am. Not because. If you're
Okay,
not
we've
dating,
mhm.
listen, ma'am. If you're not dating someone, has a man said, "Hey, Crystal, I would like to marry you,"
No, he none of them have said that
then
to
they
me.
can't say they're in. Then, ma'am, at 36, you cannot say they're interested in you in marriage. They might be marriage minded, but not specifically for you. Again, black women, you often do this. You often lie to yourself or make up stories about something that's not there. You cannot have you, that would be like saying Crystal's interested in marrying me and we ain't even get on a date yet. If a man said that, he'd be what?
Lying.
He'd be delusional.
Hmm.
And see, at 36 and at
But does
36
it
years
have
old,
to
man,
be
what you
said that?
at 36 years old, what you're basically trying to say to me is, I'm a nice woman, I'm a Christian woman. I've had I've been married, my husband's gone on to glory. Unfortunately, another guy I dated transitioned, but I made choices in my past and dealt with guys that I don't feel like were on my level, and now I'm not willing to settle for anything less than what I believe I deserve. Fine. But here's the problem. You're 36 and in no man's land with two children. And you're not, and you got a 21-year old's mindset and a nearly 41, another 40-year-old's body. You cannot demand the same thing you did when you were 20 with no children. You don't need
How do
listen,
how do I have a
listen.
40-year-old body?
Well, you cannot have a 20-year-old's body because you're a 36-year-old. It's mathematically impossible.
Do I look my age?
Again, black women do this. Black don't crack, whatever. You are almost 40. It doesn't matter. You have old eggs. Can you, if you had a birth, if you got pregnant right now, would it be high risk?
I don't know. I
If you,
doubt it.
yeah, what age is high risk pregnant? Guys, remember the laughter is always a tell. See, when you start getting close to the truth, even an uncomfortable truth, instead of women just saying, you know what, that's right, they get defensive. Here's the defensiveness. Ma'am, you're 36, and I said you don't have a 20-year-old's body. You know that's true. It's not an insult. It's just a statement of fact. When I ask you if you
Mm-hmm.
got pregnant today, would it be high risk? High risk pregnancy starts at 35. You know that's true. And you say, I don't know. This is why men get tired of listening to ladies like yourself, because even the ones that seem to be so soft and so well meaning are still on some of that BS. Ma'am, I asked you, why do you need a high value man? And the reason, and you haven't answered the question, you want it because of the lifestyle. And that's fine. Just say, I want a high value lifestyle. I don't want to live like this. I'd rather have more money, more things to do, and I don't make the kind of money to do that. I want somebody to pay for it. I could at least respect that.
I don't. I can't say that that's why I want it because I've always
Then
done
then
for
go get it.
myself.
Then would you accept a man who's making do you work?
Yes, I do.
And are you a middle income person?
Would you consider middle income?
Whatever the United States does, do you make more than $50,000 a year?
Almost that amount.
Okay. Would you be all right with a man making almost that amount?
No, I wouldn't. Not
Exactly.
anymore.
Exactly. Exactly. There you go, gentlemen. Another woman who wants more. I told you, Anthony Perkins, this is why I don't talk about regular guys, because even women in her position want men making more than her. She's closer to 40 than 30, 36, and she still wants a man earning more. Ma'am, I get that you want that, but you're shooting outside of your looks league. And it doesn't matter if you are 36 and you look like you're 20, you're 36. And men who have high value money don't pick 36-year-olds when they can get 25-year-olds. You got to accept this, ma'am, or die
I,
alone.
I'm not refuting what you're saying.
You're not what?
I'm not like arguing with what you're saying. Like I
But
understand
what
what
I'm
you're
saying is, you
saying.
got a 20-year-old kid, he doesn't need the resources, and a 15-year-old kid. You don't need a high value man. All you need is a man. But you want a rich man. You don't need one. And you're not, and no offense, ma'am, but what would you what would you say you rank on the look scale from 1 to 10? You can't use 7. The laugh,
Maybe
gentlemen,
6.
maybe 6. Exactly. Why would a high value man who can afford 8s, 9s, and 10s get a 36-year-old 6?
Because not every high value man looks
Why?
as
Yes, they
well.
freaking do.
Not every high
Exactly.
value man does
Exactly.
that.
And spoken by the woman who does not even have one, but you said 2 of them want to marry you and you ain't went on a date with them.